Bonjour à tous. C'est un grand plaisir d'être ici avec vous ce matin. I want to start today by acknowledging that this announcement today is taking place on the traditional territory of the Tsleil-Waututh, Musqueam, and Squamish people. This is my first public event like this since the start of COVID-19. I'm actually very happy that it's happening here at Arc'teryx. I was last here a year ago this month, March of 2019, under completely different circumstances, and certainly my hair was a lot shorter and my commute here was a lot longer. But having spent some time with the organization this morning, it is quite great to see how resilient this company has been and how adaptable they have been given the current circumstances. Certainly this company is a global leader, and I have to hand it to them that not only are they a great company, but they're a great community partner. Their work with OceanWise on research on microplastics and keeping those plastics out of our oceans have been tremendous. It has been well known that since the start of the pandemic, the company has switched part of its operations to create medical gowns. I believe they've created over 90,000. We thank you for that work. It's absolutely phenomenal. I asked what have been kind of the surprise results on sales since the start of the pandemic. And while retail has certainly taken a hit and online has been doing okay, one of their best sellers is actually a wonderful product where they're taking textile waste from other products and putting it all together and reassembling it into a product. So now we have this great situation where they're taking this sustainable solution of textiles that would have otherwise been waste, and now it's one of their top sellers. So that's a great story. As Arc'teryx has been here supporting its employees and continuing to do business during this time, our government has been here to support our businesses. Now, obviously, we started by prioritizing individuals and families, and then, of course, nonprofits and corporations that not only employ these individuals, but provide valuable goods and services throughout the economy. We've done that through the Canada Emergency Wage Subsidy, which has provided 75% support and has now been extended to August 29th of this year. We've done it through the Canada Emergency Commercial Rent Assistance Program. We've done it through the Canada Emergency Business Account. We've provided hundreds of millions of dollars in capital for pre-revenue and early revenue companies, and of course billions of dollars in additional liquidity through various government loan programs. We want to make sure that when we come out of this pandemic, companies are not just positioned to survive, but to recover and to grow. Somebody that knows a little bit about growth is going to be our next speaker. He's our president and general manager here at Arc'teryx, and he came to the company, a company that started in 1989 with 6 employees, now employs over 1,000 Canadians and even more around the globe. Please let me welcome John Heroff.
Thanks, Terry. Yeah, my name is John Heroff. I'm the global president of Arc'teryx Equipment. And on behalf of everybody of the Arc'teryx family, welcome to our global headquarters. This is our home. And yes, we do sit on the unceded territory of the Coast Salish people. And we say thank you to their continued stewardship of this beautiful land. We're quite lucky that we sit at the foot of the Coast Mountains, and that's definitely our muse and our inspiration as an organization. Our designers on a daily basis try to create new opportunities and new products, and then are able to take them in the local mountains and try and break them. But Arc'teryx is more than that. We like to say we're a design company, and we're over 30 years old or young, depending on how you want to look at it. And we like to inspire and get people outside. We like them to connect with nature. Not only is that a real great opportunity for physical exercise, but also in times like these, mental wellness and staying, focused and balanced is extremely important. Also, being a design company, we like to think of ourselves as problem solvers. Whether that is solving a technical problem for a product, but also leaning into maybe some more difficult conversations around community and social issues. Like many Canadian companies, we were hit extremely hard by the COVID-19 crisis. Starting actually as early in January for us, some of our global businesses were pretty affected. Our retail fleet, not only here in Canada, but across the globe, was shut down. Our retail partners were also shut down, and our manufacturing capabilities were drastically impacted. We've done everything in our control, to weather the storm. We very quickly put together a strong rapid response team. We really hunkered down, and conserved resources because we knew it was a bit of a pause. We weren't sure for how long, but we wanted to make sure we were able to pause, continue working, and then get ready for growth on the other side. It's still challenging, in full transparency, on a daily basis. There's lots of things to address, but we're constantly evolving. That's one of our core values, is evolve, and we see that as an opportunity to change the way that we do business. We feel that people and organizations throughout the crisis definitely have a choice, and that choice is to either embrace the pause or to hit the panic button. And for us, we absolutely embrace the pause. The federal wage subsidy and work-share programs have helped to reduce that impact, not only on our business, but most importantly on the people. It's also enabled us in the short term to pivot and work on some things that are extremely important. As an example, and you heard from Thierry, we were very able to pretty quickly pivot in a matter of weeks and work with some other partners here in the Lower Mainland to develop some really amazing reusable medical gowns. And that was part of our Do Right focus. And we were able to quickly retool our manufacturing facility through the support of that wage subsidy program so that we could start building those for our frontline workers pretty quickly. And so Terry mentioned 90,000 units will be produced between 3 different manufacturers here in the Lower Mainland over the next few months, and we're very proud of that. It also allowed us to enable and focus on some longer-term areas of our business. And so back on Earth Day, the 50th anniversary of Earth Day back in April, we announced our commitment to science-based targets. And what that means is over the next 10-year period, as Arc'teryx grows, we will actually reduce our carbon intensity by over 65%. That's not going to be easy, especially for a company that is focused on growth. But we're excited about that challenge. And we acknowledge and appreciate the federal government's support in times like these and with Canadian companies such as ourselves. And as we look forward, we wish everybody health and really an extra sense of connectedness in these uncertain times. But we also look forward to being part and a leader in a progressive and much more responsible future for Canadian businesses. And we see lots of opportunity for that. So again, welcome. Thanks for coming to visit us here at Arc'teryx. Thank you, Terry. And now I'm going to turn it over to the Minister. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much for that, and thank you for hosting us here today. I also would like to begin by acknowledging that this event is taking place on the traditional and ancestral territories of the Squamish and the Tsleil-Waututh people. Je suis ravi de me joindre chez vous, Arc'teryx, aujourd'hui. I'm certainly very pleased to be able to join you here today at Arc'teryx. Arc'teryx, as all of you will know, is an iconic and innovative brand that British Columbians and certainly North Vancouverites are very proud of. It exemplifies the values of quality, of sustainability, and of civic engagement. Its products are known for their quality and durability by outdoor enthusiasts around the world. I hazard a guess that pretty much everybody in this room owns something from this company. Les produits d'Arc'teryx sont reconnus partout dans le monde pour leur qualité et durabilité. Through the durability of its products, Arc'teryx promotes its values of sustainability because, as its leaders say, the most eco-friendly consumer decision we make is not to consume. That is what we get as consumers with durable and sustainable products. I would also note, as was noted just a minute ago, that Arc'teryx has shown great leadership with respect to actions to address the climate crisis. Through its climate plan, which is focused very much on reducing its emissions through time, this is a brand that understands that protecting our environment and taking climate action is also good for business and for the Canadian economy. In these challenging times, I want to acknowledge the leadership that Arc'teryx and other BC businesses have shown by redirecting their production capacity to the production of personal protective equipment, some of which you see right here. Arc'teryx has been producing medical gowns for frontline healthcare workers, and certainly on behalf of the Government of Canada, I say thank you. I also certainly want to acknowledge that Arc'teryx is one of the firms that have made use of the Canada Emergency Wage Subsidy. It is there for businesses like yours and will leave you and your employees in a better position as the economy emerges from this crisis. It is aimed to help businesses to keep employees on the payroll, and it also is aimed at encouraging employers to rehire workers who were previously laid off. The wage subsidy is retroactive from March 15th and currently runs to August the 29th. Across Canada today, almost 2.5 million Canadians have money to put food on the table for their families, keep a roof over their head, thanks to the Canada Emergency Wage Subsidy. We know that the best way to bring the economy back quickly and efficiently is by getting Canadians back to work. There is and has been over the course of the past week some good news with respect to the job market. Recent job numbers have shown some significant progress in terms of people starting to come back into the workforce. We know that approximately 1.2 million Canadians who were getting financial help through the Canadian Emergency Response Benefit no longer need it. But certainly many Canadians continue to face significant challenges, and there remain many Canadians who are without work. And certainly I want to be clear that the Government of Canada will continue to be there for those people. We know that Canadians still on the Canadian Emergency Response Benefit are very worried about what will happen to them when this support ends this month. And today, the Prime Minister reassured affected Canadian workers that we are in the process right now of finalizing details to announce a solution this week to address this particular problem and the concerns that those folks have. Ce matin, le Premier ministre a rassuré les travailleurs canadiens que notre gouvernement continuera de les soutenir en annonçant une solution cette semaine. Throughout the COVID-19 crisis, our government has been there with Canadians. As we move towards reopening the economy, Canadians should certainly rest assured that we will continue to work to support those Canadians who need it and to ensure that we move forward to restart and rebuild our economy in a way that will promote growth and will address some of the issues that we face with respect to climate change and other important environmental concerns. So with that, I would just once again say thank you for hosting us here today.